like he's doing that. Dang, there we go. All right, buddy. No, this I didn't put this heat tape. These racks come with heat tape already in them, bub. See, I'm gonna show you. They've got a channel cut into it, and you see, there's like a. Oh, let's fucking get over here like this. There's it's recessed. The heat tape, so that way when you put the tub in and out, it doesn't ride on top of that heat tape, because that's normally what ends up making this heat tape go bad is the from the tub sliding back and forth on it. But it's only 4 inches. See it back there? It's only 4 inches of heat tape back there. And it's like that in every tub. That's it. Just 4 inches. That you don't want too much, because then it starts affecting the ambient temperature. You know, that's why, what temp do you have to set it at to get the good temp hot spot? That one right there is 95. I have to, and I use the probe. My probe is on the middle rack. It's on this tub right here. I use this tub for my probe. My probe's right there. And they've got a channel all put back in there too for you. See how it's got this little channel here? That's to put your, so you can put your probe. Each level has a spot for the wire, so you can put the probe on the on it. These are Vivarium Electronics racks. They're the VE6 racks. These ones used to come completely together. I think you might have to put these ones together now. But the CB70s you've always had to put together. Those ones you do have to put together. I gotta get this set back up because I gotta put his tub back in. But so there isn't I didn't put the heat mat in there. Those came with the heat mat, the heat tape. And these other racks is the same way. It's got 4-inch heat tape. As big as that tub is, it's still only got 4 inches of heat tape. All racks only have 4 inches of heat tape. None of them have any more than others. You know, some of them use that cord heat. You know, like your that has just like a cord going through a track, and that's what heats those racks up. It's not even heat tape. You know what I mean? It's actually I think it's just you and me in here now. I think that, yeah, I went and moved the camera to try to show you this, and it went and got all discombobbled and everything else. So I don't know if anybody will know that we're live or not, but don't really matter. I don't care. Won't look like I don't have a life so much when if they pop on here now and they see that he's only been on for 4 minutes. I like just sitting here talking about whatever. I don't want to necessarily fucking have any pressure on me. I don't want pressure. I don't want to feel under pressure. But yeah, as far as heat tape, they all use 4-inch heat tape. Don't matter what rack you use. You can use the Freedom Breeder. They use 4-inch heat track with that heat cord going through it. And it looks just like a cord cable. You're making some lunch? Time is it, buddy? I don't know what time it is. I don't have a clock in here. And my phone's not telling me right now. What? No, you don't need to go out. 12:30? Oh yeah, I got a few minutes. I had a few minutes, and then I'm probably gonna heave ho. Don't you know? Because the wife's coming home. I don't know. I might jump back in the live later. You know, yesterday was pretty good. You know. Oh, you gone? Says you gone. Oh, now you're back. Or maybe it's somebody else. Just do it closer. Yeah, cool. No, I mean, I'm not dead set against fucking other enclosures. You know, I just wanted Evie and Heather to realize, you know, because Heather's never had snakes, Evie's never had snakes, and I just want them to have an easy time when they first get it. That's all. And they're gonna have fucking problems. You know, they're not really problems. They're just gonna have situations they're gonna have to work out. You know, it takes a little bit to figure out how to get all that stuff right, and then it takes a little bit to figure out how to get it to stay there. Figure out how long it will stay there without you messing with it. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's just not going to be, oh, you set it up and it's going to be perfect. There's dialing in to do. And I just want them to realize that. That's all. And that by rights, it's way easier keeping all my stuff on point in a rack, you know, in a tub. You know, if I only had 4 or 5 snakes, I'd be doing it like I did in the beginning. This would be a tub. This would be a house. You know, that's smaller than a CB70 tub. You could leave a full-size adult male, normal, average size male, 2.5, 3 feet long, you know, in this tub its whole life. That's all it needs. It doesn't need any more than that. You know? A lot of times them friggin' ball pythons don't even come out of those termite mines. Food comes to them. You know, they don't normally go out and sun themselves just for the sake of sunning themselves. You know, most of the time, if you see a ball python out in the sun, it's because it's probably digesting, and that was better than the hole that it just came out of. The hole was cooler, and it wanted to, and it needed to warm up to digest, but. For the most part, you know. Girl that bites my wife. She's bit her twice. She's never even acted like she was going to bite me. The last time she bit the wife, it was a fluke. It was a fluke thing. I handed her to her and I was handing it to her and I said, don't let her bite you. And she reached straight out and grabbed her fucking thumb and wrapped it like it was food. And I had been sitting there holding her. So anybody that knows anything about snakes, normally, you know, once you touch them or once you pick them up, they're not in food mode anymore. And my wife hadn't touched any rats or anything that would have given her the idea that she was food. She had just washed her hands in the sink before we came in here. And I needed to change her. And I go to hand it to the wife and I go, don't let her bite you. And she reached out. As soon as I said, she reached out, grabbed her thumb, wrapped her hand right up. And my wife let out a screech because it jumped the crap out of her. It didn't hurt. But, you know, but I asked the wife, I said, what did it feel like? Because I don't know. I've never had a snake, you know, that's big enough to actually feel it bite me. And she said it was like a bunch of needles all sinking into her hand all at the same time. No, she didn't. My wife knows better. My wife knows if a snake goes to bite you, let it bite you. If you yank your hand away, chances are you're going to bust its teeth and then it's going to get infection in its mouth. So, exactly the feel. Yeah, she said it felt like just like a bunch of needles all sinking into her thumb all at once. And she said it really didn't hurt. It was just the initial holy crap, she just bit me. And I was holding her. I had been holding her for a little bit. And I did. I just reached over. I go, don't let her bite you. And she reached straight out on cue and grabbed her thumb and then wrapped her wrist straight up. She wrapped her right up like it was food. And there's absolutely no way my wife smelled like food in any way. It was weird. And I was spraying her with this thing, with this wand in the face, and she wouldn't let go. So then I took my chlorhexidine and I'm squirting her in the face with that, and she still wouldn't let go. She didn't let go until she felt like letting go, and she probably hung on for close to 5 minutes before she decided she was going to let my wife's mouth, her hand go. But no, my wife knew enough that we had already talked about it when we first started getting snakes, that if a snake goes to bite you, you do not go and jerk your hand away. You're going to fuck their teeth up. You're going to mess their teeth up, and 9 times out of 10, they'll end up with mouth infection because of it. And then there you go, another fucking trip to the vet. But that's Corona. She's such a good girl. Mystic Mountains left off. Probably got kicked out. They seemed cool. That was the first time that guy was in here. Casey. So, so if you think not shooting a 2-hour live doesn't help, actually it does, because it seems like after 2 hours, the new people show up. The people that have never been here before. But that person said they think that most people probably jump out because we're just talking about random shit. And I explained to him, I said, well, we don't always just talk about random stuff. Normally it's all about snakes. I said, but we just happen to be kind of randomly talking today because, nothing's really going on. And so so we were talking about playing hide and seek with my dog. And he goes, yeah, that's probably what it is. The random chat's making people want to leave. Okay? See ya. See ya, Felicia. Reption's eating. That's why Reption's not commenting. He's eating. I gotta see what all this shit is. Highlight, save to your channel as usual. Oh, right. That YouTube learn thing. Dale, are you breeding mice? Are you breeding mice? Did you say? I know I didn't. I don't think I asked you that. I know I told you I didn't want any mice, but you are doing mice. I'm wondering if I should probably at least Motley. I'll show you what Motley's eating. I call them pinkies. I would say the size below rat pops. You know what I mean? But that's what Motley's eating. All these guys are on either big rat pups, big rat pups, or on the smaller side of small rats. All my other boas, my smaller boas. That's not bad. So these aren't bad, are they? These aren't actual pinkies, are they? Gaming, so be sure answer her. Oh, that's fine. So, okay, these aren't pinkies. No, I call them pinkies because, see, they're pink. I don't know what the fuck to call them. But these are what Motley's on. And, you know, by the time she's through these, she'll be ready for the pups. So, hey guys, I'm gonna go off right now, but I'm gonna come back at 1:30. So I hope everybody can join us. Whoever just popped in, I'll be back at 1:30. We'll do some more snake chat. I'll actually pull some more snakes out. Yeah, I just bought 25 rat pots. I bought 75 small rats. No. It ain't gonna hurt you to go ahead and feed him all them rat pups and then move him up too. Even, you know what I mean? It's not. Because by rights, if you feed rat pups, me personally, I feed every 7 days on rat pups. You know, I don't start dragging them out to every 2 weeks until they hit wean rats. And, you know, you can feed even wean rats every week if you want, but there's really no reason to, unless you're thinking about breeding and you want to get weight on them that will put weight on them, but not so to the point where I call it power feeding. You know what I mean? If you want to feed a rat pup every 7 days, I don't call that necessarily power feeding. But you are going to gain size faster if you feed every 7 days. 25 weeks or so. Yeah, well, that's it. I know, 25 pups is 25 weeks if you feed every 7 days. So, but once mine hit wean rats, I feed them every 2 weeks because I don't care about hurrying up and getting them big, because I want them into 30, 35 years. You know, and if you power feed them, and I'm not saying that feeding them wean rats every 7 days is power feeding. I'm saying the people that feed your larger, small rats and your medium rats every 7 days is what I would consider power feeding. You know, and slow feeding is way more like the wild. Exactly. They don't always eat every 7 days in the wild, even when they're babies. You know what I mean? They're opportunistic animals. Then, you know, no snake gonna just run down a rat, run down a mouse. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. You know, they're sitting, kind of wait, move around a little bit, try to get him in the right situation where the rat or mouse is going to come by him, but they're not just going to go and start running after a rat. It's too much for my old guy to eat every single week. No, and it would be, Kalia will not. I could try to offer her every week, and my adult will not, she will not eat every week. She will eat every 3 to 4 weeks. You know, medium rat. And she won't eat anymore if I fucking offer her before that. And a lot of times she won't eat on that 3rd week. That's why I feed her on the 4th week. Because the 3rd week, it's not worth me, going, oh shit, now I gotta wait another week. And she eats for sure once a month, she'll eat guaranteed. You know, but she won't always take on that 3rd week, so I wait till the 4th week. And then she always eats. You figure out your snake and what's works best for that snake. All snakes are not the same, you know. I say it all the time. It always goes back and depends on that snake. You know, how often it's going to eat and all that. You know, and that's the thing too. That's why some people have big males and they'll have smaller males. Blaze eats amazing, has never fucking refused a meal. That's not why he is smaller than Caesar. The food just affects him differently than it did Caesar. They get fed the same amount, the same time, and all that. Granted, he gets bigger food now, but in the beginning, they were actually eating the same size food in the beginning, and Caesar just happened to jump out faster than Blaze did. IMG has been nice, almost to be issues. Yep. See, I do the rats every 2 weeks. Because Motley's getting those rats, I feed her every 2 weeks. because I was told that rats are a lot harder for them to digest than mouse. So that's why I want to make sure that I've always given my baby boas longer to digest than I do my ball pythons. But I'm going to be back, people, at 1:30. All right. Hope everybody can come back. Appreciate whoever else is in here besides me, Dale, and Evan. But anyway, we'll see you in a few. All right. Cheers.